Hey, Entre fam, this is Young, and this is video 78 of 90. So let's see, let's get this out of the way here. Um, Shirt of the day. It's a Hulk shirt, just of him transforming. And I mentioned that this was Hulk was one of my favorites because I think because when I was a kid, before my parents divorced, as I mentioned in my through line kind of series there. Before my parents split up, my I had a I wasn't a bad kid, but I kind of had a temper. I had a short temper, and once my parents split, that kind of affected me, and I kind of withdrew, and the anger was still there, just wasn't really coming out, and from with that and living my life in that way, um, I've I kind of developed a long temper, right? Like nothing really phased me, like because I didn't really care a lot about anything really, um, and so I grew this long temper, but and a lot of things didn't phase me, and you could do a lot of things to me, and I wouldn't react or anything, but once the fuse kind of kind of ran out, I kind of exploded, and I was just like kind of like a monster, right? So that's kind of why I really like the Hulk. I could really relate in that way. So, but yeah, a little deep thought about my shirt, I guess. But anyways, I think I noticed this yesterday that Entra put up some new cover photos for their groups. Those things look pretty snazzy. They look pretty nice. I don't know if anybody else has noticed it. But anyways, today a couple of us in the group kind of got together and started a group. Not a mastermind or anything like that. We just kind of decided to, I think, because a lot of us were kind of in the same area, and we wanted to get together to kind of talk about our through line, with the whole idea of what we do versus who we are, and uh, yeah, we're gonna kind of bounce ideas off each other, kind of share ours, and think about or listen to feedback from each other. We're doing that tomorrow afternoon, and it was kind of hard to pinpoint a time because the people in the group, they're just like all over the world. So, but I think we can narrow down a time that works pretty good for everybody considered. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. Good to do that and talk to people tomorrow. So, like I mentioned yesterday, I'm going to be going through the three P's and kind of giving my take on them, what I think about them, and how I feel like they fit into the whole scheme of things and things like that. So today's physical, and first I want to say that it's been about 2 months into my physical, I guess, challenge. I mean, I'm a little behind on the physical part of the 90-day challenge because there were a couple of weeks in there that I couldn't work out really because one, I went out on a work work trip and things like that, and the gym, I don't know, that hotel I stayed at was kind of run down, and the gym was very not adequate and things like that, and it was just really hard for me to do anything there. And there was a couple other reasons, and I'm about like 2 weeks behind in my physical 90-day challenge. But anyways, it's been about 2 weeks or 2 months, and in those 8 weeks, I've lost so far 16.5 pounds. I've lost 6.7% fat and gained 6.4% muscle. So I think those are pretty decent stats. Decent, I guess, what do you call it? Progress. So I'm happy with it. And my 90-day challenge, or my 90-day goal, was to lose anywhere from 13 to 23 pounds, or sorry, 13 to 26 pounds. And, going on track right now, I feel like I'm probably going to lose about 20 ish pounds. So, uh, yeah, I'm pretty pleased. I'm losing weight at a healthy rate, nothing drastic, um, things like that. So if I continue, um, I'll get to my goal, which is actually about 180, maybe 175, somewhere around there. Back to when I was a kid, not a kid. What am I saying? Back to when I was a freshman in high school. When entering freshman, I was like 5'8", 180 pounds. So I want to kind of get back to that kind of weight around there. So and I realize it's going to take me about losing weight steadily. It's going to take me about 2 years to do that. So, but I'm committed and I'm determined to do that. So yeah, right now I'm about 260, I think 260.8 or something like that, which is the lightest I've been in a while. To be honest, I mean I was always hovering over 280 to close to 300. I never hit 300, but close to there. Um, I loved playing sports when I was younger. I loved football. I don't know what it was. I guess you're a guy, you just like tackling each other. But yeah, I love football and things like that. But after high school, I didn't really find much motivation to be active because college and you know I had friends and we played football every once in a while, things like that. But it was nothing that really motivated me. And I tried to start getting fit and healthy again, every so often, but it would always teeter off. So, but yeah, it wasn't until I found Entra, and I heard the whole three Ps, and I never considered it in that perspective, and just Jeff's whole holistic approach, just I loved, and like it just connected when he talked about it. And you know, like, so what I wanted to say about that is just that, your body is just like your vehicle in this world. If you think about it, I mean, I relate it to having a car. If you have a car, you're going to take care of it, right? Well, most people take care of it, but if you have a car, you usually take care of it. Give it gas, sometimes wash it, change the tires and all that stuff, right? To make sure it's in good condition and it's running, right? But we fail to like take care of our own bodies, like which is our vehicle in this world. We're like our brain, right? Our brain is our consciousness, right? And our body is the vehicle for us in this world. And if we don't take care of it, other parts aren't gonna function optimally. So, and I never thought of that in that perspective, where like in places that I would be failing, like that my health was playing a part into that, right? Like, because when you're physically like sluggish and stuff, you're not motivated, you're not like, and your self-esteem is even gets lowered, right? Because you're overweight, and you think you're kind of ashamed and things like that. And especially when the whole kind of media and societal pressures of looking fit and having that muscular body, or like that toned body, or whatever and whatnot. But you kind of get ashamed and stuff, so you're not motivated. And yeah, it really affects your performance, just in other things you do in life. And even with relationships, you're like I said, your self-esteem is low. And you're always thinking like, oh, I'm not worth anybody's time. Your self-value is just so low, when you're so sluggish, and when you're overweight and things like that. And not to say that anybody needs to be ashamed of a overweight body, but it's just like those thoughts come to you when you are overweight and your energy levels aren't high, things like that. So if you don't have high energy, if you don't have the motivation, your self-esteem is low, of course it's going to affect the way you perform in the other areas of your life, the professional and the personal, right? Um, you're not going to be as outgoing personally, and professionally you're not going to be as motivated or goal oriented, or you're not going to be reaching for high benchmarks. You're just going to be like, I'm just good where I am, right? You become complacent. So yeah, I think that's kind of all I wanted to say. It's just like I want to get back to that younger self of me, like who loved playing football, who loved just working out and all of that. So get back to there, and that will hopefully get my body prepared and geared towards the other two parts of my life, the other two areas, the physical, or sorry, the professional and the personal. So yeah, yeah. If anybody wants to put in the comments their physical goals and stuff, and they want to share their wins physically and things like that, I'd love to hear them. So yeah, put those in there. So tomorrow's gonna be the personal area. So yeah, until tomorrow, stay awesome, Mantra.